ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Media Mania Podcast. I'm your host, as always, the Media Maverick, Mike Weldon, and tonight I'm joined by my special co-host and my friend from Thursday Live, Thor himself. Thor, welcome back to the show.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Good to be a part of the show again, brother.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's gonna be an awesome episode because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be doing a reaction to the brand new Avengers Doomsday trailer. So
this is what I propose. I propose that we do a watch through to get our reaction, and then we can do a watch and break stuff down, and then we can kind of talk about like what we think is going to happen and our expectations of what's going to happen after that. If you would like.
I'm down. Let's do it. Let's get right into it. Ain't nothing to do but do it.
All right, give me the countdown. We're going to start the video.
All right. Well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, by the time I'm going to count down from 3 to 1, and by the time I get to 1, we're going to watch this thing. We're going to do it. So, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision. I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrificed will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. Presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words. We're going to need a miracle. Hey, pal. It's not possible.
All right. What a trailer. Like, just wow from start to finish.
Okay, yeah. I think that was. I think who we're hearing in the beginning of that is Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom.
I'm about to say because I've been saying this. I've been saying that everyone that will listen, that is not Tony Stark talking. That is Doom. That is not Tony Stark.
And see, and we can get into this once we get into like what we're expecting. But yeah, we'll get into that. But I think what they're going for in this movie is in the beginning, everyone looks at Doom as an ally, and then at some point he's going to turn and reveal his true intention. And I think what's happening here is Dr. Doom kind of like buttering up somebody, like saying, "Hey, something's coming. We got to team up." And that's going to be his like way in. So I think that is Dr. Doom talking at the beginning of the trailer.
I think so too.
I like the voice. If that's him, it sounds good. It doesn't even sound really like even Robert Downey Jr. Period. Robert Downey Jr. Let alone Tony Stark.
No. And one of the things I caught in the trailer is when Thor goes to try to strike Doom with Stormbreaker, all Doom does is holds up. He just
Two
deflects it with
fingers.
two fingers,
Yep.
like it's nothing. Like
And
it's
and let's remember, Stormbreaker cut through the entire full force of the Infinity Gauntlet being thrown at it and still cut into Thanos' chest.
hmm
And Doom stopped Stormbreaker with two fingers.
that's just some that's
And
amazing.
this is one of my problems with a lot of the characters. I get that they're, some people with high levels of training and stuff, but man, there is a lot of people on the Sam Wilson Avengers and the Thunderbolt Asterisk Avengers that are just normal people. And Doom is someone that is stupid smart and believes in science and magic to the point of being able to combine them into functioning things together. Like it's like the level he is at is not something that a lot of these characters honestly are matched or equipped to handle.
I want to go back to something. It's not even from this trailer, but if you go back to the very first Avengers movie, and if you remember right, Steve Rogers told Tony Stark, "Take off that suit. What are you without it?" Even without the suit, both Tony Stark and Doom, like they're even powerful without their suits because they have stuff at their disposal without the suits.
Yeah, they have their intelligence at the end of it all, and that's why Tony Stark was able to build the Mark I in a cave with a box of scrap. Because he's Tony Stark, and that's what he can do when he doesn't have. That's what he's capable of when he doesn't have the access to all of his money and equipment. So yeah, when he gets back and he has access to that, the suits there on out are just a representation of what his brain can do. And again, if you take it away, he still has the intelligence to figure it out.
Because let's go back further to the original Fantastic Four movie with Chris Evans in them in it. Like even before Doom donned the suit, he had all this stuff at his disposal already.
Yes, and that's the thing. You got to remember, canonically, he rules an entire country, so it's not like he's doing bad. He's never been represented as someone who's in a bad spot financially or looking for a place to live or anything like that. He's always been represented as someone who has already had a very high level of power, but just wants more.
Well, if you're okay with it, I want to go back through the trailer, but there's certain parts I want to stop at and just examine parts of this trailer, because there's so much detail. If you don't look, you'll miss it.
Yeah, pause it and we'll talk about what you were wherever you pause it. I will say before we even start it, we start right away with the Xavier Mansion sign on the ground.
That's the first. I pressed play, then I just pressed pause again. It's right there at the very beginning, like Charles Xavier. Like
this pausing this trailer is gonna be like a reaction thing. You're gonna play and pause. Yeah.
Like you're finally showing you're gonna bring in the X-Men into the Avengers universe.
And boy do they. Which we'll see in a minute here.
Something's coming.
There you see the man himself.
Charles Xavier return.
For how many times have we seen him come and go?
Well, if there has been, with the exception of I think. Well, no, because he was in the after credits of the Wolverine, not Origin. Was it the Wolverine? where he's in Japan. I think they were the end of that one. Anyways, he's pretty much been in every movie that, obviously, every X-Men movie and then most Wolverine spinoffs. Oh, he was, I think he was in Origins, even because he was a CGI character in Origins, I think.
And he was also in the Doctor Strange movie with Wanda.
Yeah.
He was in that.
Yeah, anytime there's been a reference to the X-Men, Patrick Stewart has pretty much been attached to it in the movies. There's only been a couple times where they've not had him in a film, and they were like the Wolverine spinoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, again, I know he's been in some of those.
I'm wondering what's going on. Like he's like, you see, there's some kind of explosion that he's looking at out the window. I'm wondering what it is coming at him.
How deep do you want to go down this rabbit hole?
Oh, I'm going to go as far as you are.
Okay. So, I mean, we gotta. What I'm about to say is potentially very accurate to what's going on in the movie at this point, because there was leaks that happened, and I heard about some of these leaks, and this trailer basically confirmed a bunch of the leaks that happened.
I didn't know there was leaks. I didn't know a lot of leaks that came out.
Yeah, there was a good handful of script leaks that came out. And this trailer, basically confirmed almost all of them.
I can't wait to see the full. I can't wait for December. Like December can't come fast enough.
I know.
Able to deter before this day is done. We should be.
And there you see your first glimpse of Doom in the trailer.
We see very little. We see more a little bit later in the trailer. I like it. It looks good so far. I like the costuming. If there's one thing that Marvel has done right, regardless of the ups and downs of the quality of what they're putting out, if there's one thing they've done right, is they've taken goofy-looking comic book outfits and made them work in a real-world setting. Like Doctor Strange is a great example. A dude wears blue, red, and yellow gloves. Blue outfit, blue top, red tape, yellow gloves. And the comic looks super goofy. They made it work. And it looks good. Because they just needed the colors. And I think that's the key to a lot of comic book costumes. You just take exactly what they drew and just tone down the colors a little bit.
I was digging into the budget for this movie. I was digging into it beforehand. And apparently they spent over $400 million so far on Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, some of them, there's been some reshoots and stuff. There's been a few things they've done, but yeah, it's been but also you have, this is like end-game levels of characters, I think. I want to say there was well, in Endgame, there were 70-some characters. If you count all the background, like the final fight, there was technically 70-some-odd characters in that final fight. This isn't getting that level, but this is still looking like there's 30-some characters in this movie.
Yeah.
Which
Fast with the mountain.
I was just gonna say, which finding, they did well in Endgame, but finding that balance in a movie every time you have that many characters is gonna be difficult. So some characters might not get as much time as we want them to.
No,
be ready for that.
Everyone's got to have their time on the screen. Like you got to be able to share that time.
And they did it pretty well in Endgame. Everyone had a little moment. The main characters at least, everyone had their time to shine, whether it was a quippy line, like Wong, he really just kind of got a quippy line. But like everyone had their draft had a moment where he got to stab the dude a bunch of times in the back, and then it was done. Everybody had his moment. But let's hope they can keep that going, is all I'm saying.
I was going to say, one of my favorite things from Endgame was when Thanos is pressing Stormbreaker into Thor's chest, and all you see is the hammer go flying past, and just like it hits Thanos, and it goes flying back, and we finally get to see Steve wield the hammer. And this whole time, Thor knew he was worthy, because like even going back to Age of Ultron, everyone's trying to lift the hammer, Cap moved it just a very little bit, and Thor. Like if you watch Thor's face, he's like, oh shit, I'm stunned.
And whether you want to take what the directors and actors say after the fact, whether you want to believe that maybe that's influenced by what fans say or not, what has come out after that has been that Steve basically knew he could have lifted it at that point, but he didn't have any need to. Like, he doesn't need to show up Thor. Like, there's no reason for him to do it, so he just didn't.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
And I like to believe that because that just shows his character more.
Mm-hmm. You see the iconic Marvel Studios. Like,
I hope it kind of helps them reset their whole timeline of what's coming and stuff, and helps them kind of rebuild and get in a good direction.
See, I've heard from so many different people that this is a reset. It's not a reset. It's just continuing of something else.
Well, this is the beginning of the reset. So this is Doomsday, and then the next one is Secret Wars. And Secret Wars is where you're going to have the hard reset. That's where you're going to get own characters that are played by actors that are aging out of the role, that are going to get picked out, and a younger version is going to get brought in somehow.
So we're finally going to get the Young Avengers. That's where it sounds like it's
quite possibly, yeah. But it's going to Secret Wars in the comics is something where you lost and gained characters. But it could be something similar. Now the movies haven't really followed the comics exactly at all. But they should be using Secret Wars in name as a reset point, because that's kind of the point of having that conflict and that whole thing happen.
Yeah. Well, let's keep going. Let's keep going with this. We're only 30 seconds into we keep stopping and going, but we're only 30 seconds into this 2.5 minute trailer. We've already found so much to talk about.
I've fought with many warriors in my time.
Let this play for about 10 seconds.
They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died.
All right, pause it.
They died.
Okay, this is where I'm gonna say it. Like, yeah. I'm sorry. A lot of these people, they're Rhodey in Civil War. Rhodey was War Machine. He was fighting along with everybody, but he was in a fight with superpowered beings. And the moment he didn't have the suit to rely on, he fell from the sky and broke his back.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but Black Panther, the new Black Widow, Ant-Man, Bucky. Who else? A lot of people, they're just people with a little bit extra training or one thing that enhances them. And I'm telling you, this roster is not equipped for Doom, and I think that's one of the reasons that they're in story bringing back original characters like Captain America,
Thor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Chris Hemsworth signed on for more movies.
Yeah. Then you have like villains from like Black Panther 2, like Nakmor. He's now going to be fighting alongside them.
Well, and that's how he started in the comics too. He started as a bad guy and then became a good guy.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see him get some more character development, honestly, because he didn't. In my opinion, in Black Panther 2, he didn't get much of a chance for character development.
It was not very, he was not given the proper credit he's due. That's for sure.
So let's dig more into
enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one.
Right here.
Yeah.
Scott.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Here's a perfect example. Go forward just a little bit more. Just keep him as all right.
Gambit.
No, go back to Cyclops. So here's a perfect example of what I was talking about. This is the original, like, 97 X-Men, comic book X-Men, Cyclops, blue and yellow costume. It's just darker. It's just muted. But man, does it look amazing. But if you had left the colors super bright, it would not have looked as good. It wouldn't have.
No.
But man, they just nail it with this. And that is a accurate Cyclops costume.
And I'm wondering, is this the same guy that played
Yes,
Cyclops
that's
in
James
the
Marsden.
X-Men movies? It is?
Yes, it is. And Rebecca Romaine has come back as she's Mystique. She's back as Mystique. She's later on in the trailer. Yeah, the original X-Men cast has been brought back.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Halle Berry is Storm. James Marsden is, of course, you're going to have Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Ryan Reynolds will be there as Deadpool. I don't know what they're doing about Cyclops, if they're going to have him in there as maybe the Deadpool Cyclops or something, but that would be interesting.
Honestly, there's one person that I want to see them bring back. Sabretooth.
Yeah.
But
I want the Liv Schreiber.
I want the one where where him and like in X-Men Origins Wolverine. I want that.
Liv Schreiber.
Yeah. Like with
Yeah.
I want to see him and Logan, like their thing, like back when they go back to back, you can't touch them, or when they're fighting back to back, you can't touch them.
Liv Schreiber's Sabretooth was a version of basically the intelligent Sabretooth, because in the comics he's been represented as just being kind of a dumb animal because he let the feral side take over too much. But then also he becomes like super smart and he's a businessman and he's wearing suits. So he just goes extreme, that's all. But the Liv Schreiber one was the more thinking, thoughtful one.
Yeah. And we saw that in the following movie where we saw a different version of Sabretooth.
In Deadpool Wolverine?
No, it was one of the other X-Men movies. It was I can't remember which one it was. I think it was after Origins. It was after that. It was someone else playing Sabretooth, and they just showed the more animal side of him. It was a whole different guy.
I thought only Taylor Maine and Liv Schreiber played Sabretooth.
Hold on. Let me look this up because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Sabretooth X-Men movie.
Because Taylor Maine was the one that played him in the Deadpool Wolverine. He was the one in the original X-Men movie.
Okay, so it's been played by Taylor Maine and Liv Schreiber.
Yep.
And someone else. What was the after Origins, like when you see Logan, he's fighting somewhere in the middle of some frozen mountain or something. I forget which movie that is. X-Men 2, I believe.
Wait, you mean the first X-Men when he's with Rogue?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Taylor Maine.
Yeah.
He's a former professional wrestler. He also played Michael Myers in the Rob Zombie Halloween movie.
Yeah. I want to see Liv. I want to see him get recast as that character. I want to see him come back as Sabretooth.
Yeah, they both have. I mean, definitely. And Taylor Maine kind of had his final moment with Sabretooth in the Deadpool Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
And he got his head chopped out.
Yeah. Let's keep going. Yeah, Gambit's back. Gambit.
So excited for that. So, as we know, or as maybe some of you don't, the original end credit scene for Deadpool and Wolverine was going to be Gambit walking away from that fight scene they have in the void, and then he turns and in his eyes you see a Doctor Strange circle opening up.
Yeah.
They didn't want to use that, and so they relegated that to one of the screens in the TVA when Deadpool goes in to show that Johnny Storm was telling off that chick, Cassandra. And so it's just off to the side on one of the small screens. But it was released on, like, you can find it on YouTube and stuff. But basically it showed that Gambit was brought back from the void, and here he is.
And I love Channing Tatum as Gambit.
Dude, he nailed it. And he's been wanting to play him since 2014.
Like, who is the guy that played Gambit in Origins? The OG guy.
Oh, you know what? He was in he's been in a few movies. He's a younger guy. I can't think of his name right now. I'm kicking myself.
He did an okay job as Gambit.
He did an okay job for X-Men Origins Gambit.
But Channing Tatum is now Gambit. I'm sorry, no one else is
No,
playing
that
Gambit.
dude, no, he's not even on the same scale as Channing Tatum Gambit.
No.
He can't even be included in the same conversation. That movie barely exists in our consciousness. And nothing against anyone who was in it. It just wasn't done very well.
Like, and some of Gambit's witty, like just some of his witty lines, he says, "I charge the playing card, make him go boom." Like just that, the Cajun accent is just so much. It's so thick with Channing Tatum's Gambit.
Well, it's because he knows it, because that's where he grew up.
Yeah. One of my favorite scenes that had Gambit from Deadpool and Wolverine is when Logan's drinking all of his alcohol.
Yeah.
And just before you drink all my liquor.
He blows up the bottle. He just grabs another bottle.
Yeah. Let's
all right. So Yuri's fighting Shang-Chi too.
Yeah.
So he's returning.
Yeah.
That movie wasn't bad. It just was. I just don't think they put it in the release schedule at the right time.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good time to release it, and I think because of everything else that they were making bad choices with at the time, they kind of got bundled in with everything else. But I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty fun. There's some silly stuff in it, but the comic book movies, what do you expect?
Didn't the end credit scene, didn't it have Harry Styles? It's like he was supposed to be some kind of major
that was
player
the end. No, that was the end of the Eternals.
Okay, the Eternals.
Oh no, wait, no, the end of the Eternals was Kit Harington getting the sword, the Black Knight sword, and Blade saying they're not ready for that yet off screen. So
I wonder if we'll ever get like any kind of like.
Yes, I think that was the movie. Is that the movie that Harry Styles showed up as Thanos' brother, Starfox?
I think so.
And then Patton Oswalt was voicing the Skrull.
I believe so. Now, here's one of my big questions with Doomsday and eventually Secret Wars. Are we going to see the Guardians of the Galaxy come back?
Possibly, probably.
And I say this because
probably if not in Secret Wars, if not in Doomsday and Secret Wars will. Doomsday might be more relegated to Earth, and then once we go to Secret Wars, that might be when the more cosmic characters come in.
I know, because Dave Bautista, he is. I don't think he'll play Drax anymore because his whole physique has changed from that.
Yeah, I think he said he was done playing him.
So I don't want if they do bring in the Guardians, just write Drax out. Like, don't get someone else to play Drax.
Yeah, but again, eventually with Secret Wars, again, we're going to be rewriting everything. So I mean, I get it, but like at some point, it's comic books. You gotta admit that people age out and people change, but you want the characters to keep going. That's my main thing. I mean, how we're coming up on Batman and Superman 100th anniversary, in a few more years. I mean, so you gotta for 100 years, in the 90s and not right now. So late 80s, 90s. So if you're going to be basing movies off of these stories from hundreds of years, and some things 60, 70 years now, but still, that's a good drop of time.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to tell all these stories with the same cast. They're just going to age up. I mean, look, they barely got through 6 Harry Potter books without those kids being in their 30s.
Yeah, because to me, that's for a different episode. That is for a different episode, Thor. That's a different
But I mean, you gotta admit, the first they did 22 movies over what 10 years?
Yeah,
10, 12 years?
Yeah,
I mean, that's an incredible chunk of time, and 10 years changes people a lot, especially again, a lot of the actors in the Marvel movies, they're middle-aged. So by the time you're done with 10 years, they're getting back, they're leaving middle age. And now we're 10 plus years past that almost.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so I mean, now the fact that Robert Downey Jr. comes back at all is actually kind of surprising.
Yeah. Let's keep digging into this.
Everything that they sacrificed.
Loki.
So again, this gets into the things I heard through the grapevine stuff. He is supposedly going to be saving Steve Rogers from his timeline.
Okay.
Because Steve Rogers' timeline is him living out his life and supposedly going to get to Thor.
Are we going to see Thor and Loki reunite?
That I'm not sure about, because apparently Loki is still the guy at the end of time. So when he saves Steve Rogers, he's kind of like saying, like, hey, I'm coming to save you, but I can't be here that long because I got to get back to work. I don't know how much he's going to be getting. But I know because he's the one that's all time is going through. So he's like saving people he knows, basically.
Yeah. Well, it's still either way. It's still good to see. It's good to see Loki back in in a Marvel movie. It's good to see him back.
And I love Tom Hiddleston as Loki. He is so amazing. Him and Chris Hemsworth. I was watching that scene in
oh, brother, you
Ragnarok.
always be the god of mischief.
What's that?
I'll just quoting Thor from Thor Ragnarok. You will always be the god of mischief, but you can be so much more.
I was just watching a thing that was talking about how he ad-libbed that fake story where Loki turned into a fake and picked him up and he's like, yeah, and he stabbed him.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Chris Hemsworth ad-libbed that line or that story. And that was Tom Hiddleston's genuine reaction to hearing him say
it. For nothing, if we do not stand together.
So here you have the Wakandans and Shuri, new Black Panther, meeting with the Fantastic Four.
And then it looks like the Blob.
Yep.
And then
you got Bucky. You see Bucky right there.
Yeah, I see Bucky. Yeah, we got Sue Storm, the Thing, Bucky, the Wasp, and someone else.
Yeah.
Can't quite tell who that is.
The guard. What is the name of the group that guards Black Panther? What is the person that rules the group that protects Black Panther?
What's up? Oh,
I can't.
The Dora Milaje.
Yeah, you have them. And they go wherever the ruler is. Now, my biggest thing, you see the water? You see the water right there.
Yeah. I think Namor's there too.
It's got to be like who else could be like making the water not come at them?
Sorry, Namor.
And you have the new Black Widow and Mr. Fantastic.
And then coming up right after this is we see Rebecca Romaine return as
Decide your petty squad.
Yep, Mystique. I've been hearing some people say they don't like the hairdo.
You know, I'm not sure. Maybe they just dyed her actual hair because I don't know if her hair is short right now. Maybe they just dyed her hair and she didn't feel like wearing a wig or anything because if you notice she's wearing a more comic accurate Mystique outfit.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't have to wear the prosthetic she had to wear. And so I feel like if she's not wearing a prosthetic and she advanced into a costume, she's probably like, why don't you just dye my hair red? I'm not wearing a wig. It would just make everything easier in my AI.
The last time we saw this Mystique, she was just like she didn't wear an outfit. She just had the blue skin. That was it.
Correct.
So so the one part. What happened to the other actress that was playing her? Did she just not decide? Did they just
Jennifer
decide to
Lawrence.
bring her back? Yeah, did they not decide to bring her back and just have the original back? Or are they gonna eventually work her into?
It was probably something she might have been offered and turned down, or maybe they just since they're bringing back the original 90s and 2000s X-Men, I think that's why they tried to get the original cast back.
Okay. Because you've had two different
she
people
would stand
play
out
Mystique.
with you have James Marsden, Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, Halle Berry, and then you have Jennifer Lawrence and Mystique.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got her back.
I am too. I'm just wondering if that was something like with Secret Wars. I wonder if they'll work her into that somehow, like with them doing a reset.
I don't know how much because. So if depending on how much you pay attention to the realism of the fourth wall breaking Deadpool, technically the young X-Men that include like Jennifer Lawrence Mystique, that universe because they show up in the X-Mansion when he's looking around.
Yeah.
So I think that universe is gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any of those people come back. And again, they might for Secret Wars, but I think they might be sticking with just the original X-Men and possibly bringing on all new actors and actors to play the characters after that.
Well, I want to ask you another question since we keep bringing up Deadpool Wolverine. Remember when Deadpool is looking for Logan when he's looking for his own version of Wolverine?
Right.
And with Henry Cavill, they used Henry Cavill for one scene. I wonder if we'll get like some more, like another like visit to that universe that has Henry Cavill as Wolverine.
I don't know, but they are releasing an action figure of him as Wolverine.
Yeah, and speaking of fourth wall breaks with Deadpool, like you heard him say, "We'll do you so much better than the other company."
Yeah, right.
Basically, a fuck you to DC.
Oh yeah. Henry Cavill, yeah.
Yeah, because that's neither here nor there. We're talking Marvel, but that was a big FU to DC. Henry Cavill to DC.
Because of how they handled all that, it was horrible.
It was.
I mean, you take someone who knows the lore of characters he wants to play those characters so bad, gets in the physical shape and everything to play those characters, and then you're like, it's not working out.
You got to go.
I don't get it. And nothing against the guy who played Superman. David Cornsmith, I thought he did a great job, and I enjoyed that movie. But he's a different Superman. He's more of a Christopher Reeve, like not exactly, but he's leaning towards that more than the darker Man of Steel. I don't like the darker take on Superman. I didn't mind it. I liked it.
Yeah, I did too.
I presume nothing.
I like the
What would X-Men be being brought in if you didn't bring in Charles Xavier, you bring in Mystique, you have to bring in Magneto. You have
Yep.
to.
Ian McKellen returns playing Magneto. Does not look like he's in the best of shape in this movie.
No, but if you recall, in Days of Future Past, no, it wasn't Days of Future Past. It was one of the X-Men movies. He was already an old man, and they locked him up, and he just took 3 metal balls to take everybody out. So don't ever count out what Magneto can do, even for an old man. Like, because you know what they say, those old dogs, they have some tricks up their sleeves.
Oh, definitely. This is definitely the most we've seen him, the most vulnerable we've seen him in all the X-Men movies for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We accept this. If you were.
And there you see Magneto and Charles Xavier, two old friends, bitter. They've been friends. They've been enemies. They fought together. They fought against each other. And now we see them again looking to fight together again.
I know with the first X-Men movie, we started with, I believe it was Jean Grey talking in front of some government summit. But we quickly transitioned to Ian McKellen as Magneto, Eric Venture, and of course Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier, having a conversation that really opens the movie and shows the relationship they have. And honestly, these two guys have played these characters very well. They continue to play them well, and I can't wait to see how they're portrayed in this movie. Because I know it was just kind of a fun, different universe, but man, Professor X was done dirty in Multiverse of Madness.
I wonder if, since we're bringing in the X-Men, will they bring in Beast? Because like he also played a role in the X-Men movies.
Well, they had him the end of the Marvels movie. He was in the after credit scene. It was a CGI Beast voiced by Kelsey Grammer again.
Yeah.
Which that's awesome because I think Kelsey Grammer does a fantastic piece. I loved it when he actually was in the makeup, but I guarantee he's older now. At least have him do the voice.
Yeah, at least.
Done.
I guess that would be.
I think that was Scott. I think that was Paul Rudd. Ant-Man, and then we got Johnny Storm, the Two Storm.
I just, is it just me, or was I spoiled on Chris Evans as Johnny Storm?
I liked it, but I appreciate those movies for what they are. They were fun movies. I thought they were fairly well done. I thought the effects were well done because most of them were practical.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movies, but they are definitely campy, and those characters like that. Obviously, him having fun in Deadpool Wolverine was good. Those characters in this universe, I don't think would work. But I did like him as Johnny Storm. I'm glad he's Captain America.
The guy that played the Thing in the original Fantastic Four movie, I liked him as
Michael
the Thing.
Chiklis.
Yeah, I wish they would have gotten him at least get him.
Well, heck, man, he's got to be in his 60s at least right now.
Yeah. At least get him to do the voice, like do the voice.
Yeah, but they just invested all the money for the new Fantastic Four movie.
I don't know. I guess I like the cast of the original movie. Don't get me wrong. I like Pedro Pascal. I like him in some things, but I'm
kind of tired of him. He's everywhere.
I don't like him as Reed Richards.
Yeah. I think they could have passed that a little bit better. I like what is it, Vanessa Hudson as Storm. And I don't know the actors who played Johnny or the Thing, but I think they did a good job. I'm not a fan of the Thing's voice not being like rough sounding when it's the Thing.
Yeah.
Like your whole body's been turned into rock. Like you should sound rough.
Yeah, that's what.
Well, kind of. I know underneath the rock he still has the tissue. Like he still has like muffling issues, but I just feel like your body would sound different if your body was rock suddenly mostly.
It would. You would think it would.
And see, that's the thing. If you watch the original Fantastic Four, the old one, they did that. It was Michael Chiklis would do his normal voice, and then when he was a Thing, his voice was the Thing. You know,
Yeah, it's
it
more
was
raspy.
rougher. It was deeper.
Yeah, it's more raspy to it.
Because he was grabbing.
Yeah.
Son has brothers and sisters.
You have Sam as the new Captain America.
And see the thing too. So we're gonna have Sam as Captain America with wings. We're gonna have Captain America, and then we're gonna have Falcon with wings, not Captain America Falcon.
Now, here's my question. And I've had a couple of debates since this trailer's come out. Does Steve get his shield back, or does Sam get to keep using it?
He's probably just gonna keep using Mjolnir. He'll probably just get something new.
Honestly,
he's not someone that really relies on the shield. He can kind of take a beating, but like Sam needs the shield.
Yeah.
But also, again, Cap can use Thor's hammer if he needs to.
Yeah. I guess I got so used to seeing Steve with the shield that it's like him coming back without the shield.
How they bring that back.
Yeah. When you see, got Nakmore.
I like that optic flash from Cyclops there. He's letting it go.
Now, I want to go back to the X-Men part for just a second. Like, I'm not going to rewind it, but like we've been talking about the X-Men. There's one person that's been in a Marvel Avengers movie, but they've also had a different version of him. It's Quicksilver.
Right. Well, the Avengers Quicksilver, this universe, Quicksilver is dead.
Yeah, but like if you remember in the Wanda TV show, WandaVision, they had the X-Men version show up in one episode.
Right. I honestly think that was just them having fun. I don't think. I mean, come on, his name was Ralph Boner. He was an elaborate dick joke. I think it was just for fun. I don't think you were supposed to read too much into that actor playing the role, even though it was fun.
Yeah.
Him being revealed to be an actor called Ralph Boner, I think that made me realize, this show is just trolling, because that show trolls you with a lot of things.
Yeah. Let's see what else we can find to dig into.
I wouldn't mind him coming back as Quicksilver. Wouldn't mind him coming back as Quicksilver. That'd be awesome.
I feel like you have to give us something like to fill in some of the gaps in the timeline.
Let's give it where it comes from, because technically Evan Peters Quicksilver is part of the younger X-Men. And that is technically part of the Deadpool universe, if you believe that. It gets so convoluted, and that's the thing with comic books. It doesn't have to make sense because it's comic books. But whenever someone complains about a comic book movie, honestly, I'm like, dude, read a comic book. See how crazy.
Yeah. And here comes one of the parts we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Two fingers.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that is a testament to the strength of Doom. Again, Stormbreaker went through all the Infinity Stones firing at it and still cut into Thanos' chest. And he stopped it with two things. And he's fully charged too. Like all the lighting's there. He's charged up. It's not like he's just swinging it. He is swinging the thing. He's going for the head this time.
Yeah.
If you notice where he stopped it, he's going for the head.
Yeah, because as Thanos told him,
Exactly.
Go for the head. You should have gone for the head. Go. You don't go. And when you're trying to kill a snake, you go for the head. Because you hit it anywhere else, they're going to come back and bite you.
Great job pausing, by the way. That's a beautiful pause job. Man, that's an epic scene. Just that moment right there. I hope that's in the movie. I hate when lately in the last 10 years, you get stuff in the trailer that's not in the movie.
Yeah. If this scene is not in the movie, I'm gonna be mad.
Rewrite it.
We write it down. Like Marvel, you got some explaining to do.
Right. Give us the scene.
Give it to us. And you see Thor, not only was Stormbreaker fully charged with Thor, he was in Super Saiyan mode.
And he's pushing. He's not just sitting there. He's pushing. Yeah.
And it's just nothing. It's not even phasing Doom. Doom pulled an MC Hammer, can't touch this.
Oh, 100%.
We're going to need a miracle. Hey, pal. It's not possible.
I love that. Now, nothing against Chris Evans, but does he look a little weird in this CBU?
Is it because of the hair? Because that's what I keep
Maybe
saying.
that's
The hair.
it. Framing his face differently.
He's grown it out. He's grown it out more than this haircut. You don't see Steve Steve keeps his haircut military.
For the most part, yeah.
I've been hearing rumors that this is not this Steve's different. This is not.
I'm trying to think when he was not Captain America, when U.S. Agent took over, he became Nomad, I think. And I want to say when he was Nomad, he grew his hair out. Can you look that up really quick? See if the character of Nomad, what he looks like, the Marvel character of Nomad.
Marvel's Nomad. You're not wrong. He grows it way out in that.
Okay. And that is Steve Rogers, right?
Yes.
Yep. Still got it. By the way, I just want to say this. Everything I've said here tonight is just off the top of my head. Nothing I've said has been written down or anything.
Just the look on Thor's face and Steve's face when they reunite. Because the last time we saw Steve was when he was going back to return all the stones to their proper timeline.
Yeah, because Thor didn't see him after that. Because the next people that saw him were just Bucky and technically Hulk saw him for a second, but it was mainly Bucky and Falcon. Damn.
And it was old. It was old Steve at that point. Yeah, old man.
Old man Rogers.
I want to ask you something. See, as soon as they brought in, as soon as they showed Steve as an old man, do you remember that one scene in I think Civil War when when Steve's at Peggy's funeral, and they show this silver-haired old man on the other side carrying the casket? Do you think now that is old Steve and young Steve on opposite sides of the casket?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that seems kind of risky. I don't know. That's interesting.
Avengers Doomsday. Just
December cannot get here fast enough.
Again, Marvel kills it with their graphics.
I do like how it looks.
it's just amazing. Like whoever they hire to do this, like give them their flowers. Like damn, give them their flowers.
Definitely. I like the battle card stuff that they've done all the time.
8 December 18th, 2026 is Doomsday. Man, December cannot get here fast enough.
So here's the one thing about this movie is the only thing they have to do. It needs to be established. Whenever they should, but when it needs to be done, it needs to be done immediately.
Mm-hmm.
They need to establish: is this a Tony Stark variant who has become Doctor Doom, and that's why he possibly looks like Robert Downey Jr. and Tony Stark, or which I can accept, or establish immediately that this is Victor Von Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr., has zero connection to Tony Stark or any version of Tony Stark, which I can also accept. But you can't start one way and then flip it to the other. You can't make it seem like one thing and then poorly flip it. I'm going to say poorly because you might be able to do it if you did it well, but I don't trust them to do it well.
Yeah.
So you got to establish that right away because I need to know, am I looking at Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark, playing Doctor Doom, or am I looking at Robert Downey Jr. playing Victor Von Doom?
From what I've heard in this movie, we're not going to see Doom without his mask in this movie.
But it's still, I feel like that's still something they can establish though.
Yeah.
Like they need to make it apparent what we're dealing with. Like there needs to be some hints that can pick up on that will let you know, hey, this is the Tony Stark that went bad, which there is precedence for it. It's happened in the comic book.
Yeah.
Or is this just Victor Von Doom and he's just Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. just happens to be playing him? Which is fine. I just want to know as fast as possible so I know how to take his actions in the movie. Because if you hide it for too long, the actions aren't going to come across properly because you're going to have mixed expectations of what the character and who the character is.
Yeah. Now here's my thing. Do you remember when Tony Stark was asking Doctor Strange how many chances, like how many possibilities is it where we come out on top?
Yeah.
I wonder if this is one of those like one of those chances where you get a bad Tony Stark. If this is like Doctor Strange saw this coming. Like I wonder if we'll get something like that.
And that's a possibility. That's definitely yes. Because what if Tony had survived the snap?
Yeah.
Like I mean the snap he did.
Yeah.
What if he had survived that? And he had taken on, not only does he have his intelligence, but he has that power now. And then maybe it gets taken away from him because he shouldn't have it, but he wants it again, so that caused him to turn bad in the timeline.
Yeah.
The one thing I need to do though is get rid of the multiverse. I know that's what it's leading to. I hope to God. Get rid of all these different multiverses because there is zero anticipation. There's zero, like you have no. What's the word I'm looking for? You're not invested because you just pull another Black Widow from another universe or another Spider-Man from another universe. Okay, boo. Oh no, we lost Spider-Man, but we get another one. They need to get rid of multiverse. And I know that hopefully this is what Doomsday and Secret Wars is building for. I just really hope that's it because I'm kind of over all these different universes that can just do what they want and there's no impact to anything really.
Now, here's my thing. I don't know if they'll do it in Doomsday, but if not in Doomsday, I hope in Secret Wars we get since we're going to be replacing some of the old Avengers with the younger versions, I wonder if we'll get one more appearance of Hawkeye.
I wouldn't mind that. I like Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye.
I do too. One of my favorite lines is in the first Avengers movies. It's close to the end where Thor tells everyone he has unfinished business with Loki, and Hawkeye just like balls out and says, "Get in line, pal."
Yep.
The line starts
Hawkeye has some low-key good lines. Like, he really does. They're kind of hidden, but he does have some good lines.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when he goes to pick up Thor's hammer, he's like, I've seen this before, right? Because that was his first appearance in the Thor movie when he was on Overwatch, and he saw Thor try to pick it up.
Yeah. And one of my other favorite lines of his is when in Civil War he shoots his arrows. Like, he knows what he's doing when he shoots them at Tony. He said, "Well, I guess you finally missed. Made you look."
Yeah, he's got the good grips and the skill to back it up.
He does. So, my question to you, Thor: are you going to go on opening night to see Doomsday?
Oh, more than likely. I'm going to try. If not opening night, opening weekend for sure.
Are you going to rep your Marvel stuff when you go?
I usually do. I feel on. I mean, honestly, I don't have too much. It's mostly Punisher stuff. I'll definitely be wearing my Punisher stuff for a brand new day, Spider-Man brand new day coming up in 2 weeks.
Are you going to take Stormbreaker with you to see Doomsday?
You know what? I just might, because when I went and saw Thor Love and Thunder with my kid, there was another kid there. He actually had the same Stormbreaker I had. That's why how I found out about that Stormbreaker, where I was able to get one.
Okay. Well, what do you think about the trailer? Like, what did you think about it overall?
Overall, I'm excited because I want to see where they're going. I hope it's done well. I understand that a lot of the excitement I'm feeling is towards the characters that are coming back. Original Captain America, Steve Rogers, Thor's returning, Ant-Man's coming back. I love Bucky. I love Sebastian Stan as Bucky. He's really good. I just haven't been super happy with a lot of newer characters and how they've been introduced. So I'm not super invested in it. So, like the new Black, I understand. The original Black Panther. Now I'm forgetting his name.
Chadwick
Boseman. Thank you. I know that obviously he passed away, unfortunately. Rest in peace. But honestly, there's another example. I would have been okay with them recasting the Black Panther. Like, you gotta understand, like, you can celebrate the man's body of work and celebrate him and his passing and everything he did, and you can still recast the role. It's okay. It's again a comic book movie. You can't tell these stories in a short enough time where you're going to have the same people playing the roles. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not look again. If you take her suit away, what is that 90-pound woman going to do with Dr. Doom?
Nothing.
And again, I'll say it to Bucky too. You take his arm away, what does he do? Nothing. Again, so many of these people are not on the level of Dr. Doom because they're just people with a little bit extra training. And some of them, like Ant-Man, don't even have extra training. They're just kind of relying on their own street smart.
Yeah. But
so I mean, they're definitely. I'm excited for this because they are going to be out of their league. I'm going to be bummed if a lot of the things we saw in the trailer are just like kind of cameos, like say the X-Men are just there and then they're gone. I'll be bummed. So there's things I'm looking forward to. There's things I'm hesitant about. I hope it's well done. I hope it's filmed well. I hope it's well to make sense.
Now, I'll
I
say
hope
this
there's
with
some
Bucky.
payoff, and I hope it's done well for the movie itself has a payoff, but it leaves it ready for the next entry, which
Oh,
the other
definitely.
Avengers movies have done very well. The original Avengers, Age of Ultron, and then obviously Infinity War and Endgame both were together, kind of led into each other. But all those were done very well.
I'll say this: like you're right about Bucky, but here's one thing I would love to see them do with Bucky. I don't know if I'm just in the minority here, but I don't like this Bucky. The Bucky I want to see. I want to see that dog. I want to see the Winter Soldier. I want that one.
Yeah.
Like you can't just you basically clipped everything away that was the Winter Soldier from Bucky.
You want to see the Bucky that was in Civil War. When he's getting hunted down and
Yeah.
he's taking out like the German police and stuff.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, and that's what you need, and then hopefully we get some of that in this. That's how he'll have to fight.
Like he's
But
gonna
I'm
have
sorry, a
to
robot
fight.
off with a machine gunner, it must be Dr. Doom.
Like if he's gonna end up helping fight Doom, he's got to reach down and find that. He's got to.
All of them do. Like again, even with how the Thunderbolt stuff went, like again, the Red Guardian, he's an older guy who's out of shape, but yes, he had the version of Super Soldier serum in him, but even Captain America eventually became hurt enough to where he's kind of beat down.
Yeah.
So again, a lot of these characters, if they're using them, it's definitely going to be a teamwork movie. Whereas in the original Avengers, the teammates could kind of stand on their own. This Avengers team, both of them are gonna have to really work together because they have a lot more people, but a lot more people that are just literally people with, again, maybe some special weapons or maybe a little extra training, but are still just flesh and bone.
Oh, here's my.
But again, they're comic books, and the Black Widow in the comic book gets thrown around a bunch and still kills everyone in the room. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Here's my $1 million question though. With them bringing back Steve Rogers, and say they do, this is a hypothetical right now. Say they do confirm that this is a bad Tony Stark. If you remember in Civil War when Cap and Tony finally fight one-on-one, Cap, like, he doesn't go for the kill blow. He stops.
Right.
But do you think if Cap ends up fighting this, if this ends up being a variant of a bad Tony Stark, do you think Cap will be able to do what needs to be done, or do you think he'll try and hold back and try to bring some sense to Stark?
And what you've just said is a perfect example of why I said they have to establish who this is that's Dr. Doom. Is it Victor Von Doom and it's just Robert Downey Jr. is playing him? Or is it a Tony Stark that has become Dr. Doom? Because again, choices like that and how Captain America, like when they pull the mask off, and I'm assuming that when they do so in space, he's going to be still recognizable as if he say he is a Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Even though he'll be disfigured, he'll still be recognizable as a Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And see, there you go. So now, in that same scenario from Civil War, Captain America rips the mask off, goes to do the final blow, and he sees Tony Stark. So we got to know as an audience, is he seeing Tony Stark, or is he just seeing Victor Von Doom? Because how he acts next is going to be based off of that. Because if he pulls it off and he's just some dude, and it's Tony Stark will stop him.
Yeah.
But if in story, if it's just Victor Von Doom and it just happens to be Robert Downey Jr. playing him, he shouldn't stop in that moment because it's not Tony Stark in story. And as an audience, if we don't know that will be one of those moments that confuses us, regardless of which way it goes, because if we don't know he's the Tony Stark and Captain America pauses, okay, so now he is the Tony Stark, but then we find out maybe he isn't, or maybe he isn't, and we just don't know, but then we're wondering why Captain America isn't stopping. That's why I'm saying you have to establish that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I've been saying for months now. I've been saying that for months. That's the one thing they have to establish right away. Is it Tony Stark, Doctor Doom, or is it Victor Von Doom, Doctor Doom?
Yeah. And I just guess my final thing is I guess we'll just have to wait and wait for Doomsday to find out. Like December 18th is going to be, as they say, Doomsday.
I think we should. I think we should do. We should plan to see it opening weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and then we should do a show after we see it.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Sounds good.
Man, I love this, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all haven't watched the trailer for this, go watch it. I highly recommend. I highly recommend you watch this trailer.
Trailer's good. Trailer's good.
Marvel hit this out of the park. They hit this trailer out of the park. It's gone. That ball's not even in the ballpark no more.
Let's just hope the movie can follow through with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to thank my co-host Thor from Thor: The Days Live coming on and doing this with me. I loved his reactions. I loved his opinions, and I'm glad I got to share my opinions. I can't wait for Doomsday. This is gonna be. I'm gonna say it now. This is gonna be movie of the year if done right.
It'll definitely be a good one.
And if you don't watch the trailer, ladies and gentlemen, I guess you'll just have to wait for December 18th, which I guess you have to wait for Doomsday.
Oh. Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Of course. And ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever seen an ending of the Media Mania Podcast, you know how this goes. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been your host, as always, the Media Maverick, Mike Wilder. This has been my awesome co-host, Thor from Thor's Day Live. And go drop him a follow on all of his socials. Go check out some of his episodes. They're awesome episodes. He does a lot of awesome unboxings. He does some awesome tomorrow. And make sure you check out tomorrow's episode. I definitely will. I'll be there.
Yes, you will. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you catch us on the flip side.